What is good, boys? Today I'm coming in with another video. We're going to talk about one strategy, probably the most important in making friends and actually, not being a loner, basically. Straight up from How to Win Friends and Influence People. Love this book. I'm rereading it now. Listen, you can never get enough of this book if you don't apply it, if you don't constantly reread it. I honestly reread this every year, so this is my third time. I'm taking notes right here, trying to apply it in my day-to-day. Very recommended that you guys do that. If you've read it, reread it. Super important for making friends, relationships, fostering good relationships, and so on. And if you haven't read it, probably the most important book in self-improvement that there is. So yeah, I'm gonna start. And, this tip, probably one of the most important again. And it is to stop talking. All right, I'm gonna break that down. Stop talking. Well, in today's world, we all have a big ego. All of us love to talk. We love to talk about our accomplishments, about what we're doing, how our day is. Talk. Everyone just talks about themselves. But what Carnegie talks about in this book, who cares? No one cares about what you have to say. That's the sad truth that we have to understand. And the people who understand that and comprehend that and accept it as fact, that no one gives a shit about your life and what you're doing, can win. And what do I mean? That sounds super dark, but let me tell you how you can use that to your advantage. Okay, so we know that no one actually, maybe they pretend to care about you. Your friends and family, your close friends and family definitely do. But mostly the everyday person you meet, or even some friends, they don't really care. You talk about your life, you talk about your problems. They pretend they're listening, but no one cares. So if you use this to your advantage, if you know that you love to talk about yourself, we all love to talk about ourselves, right? It's the best there is. If you use that to your advantage, kind of flip that around, listen to other people talking about themselves, their problems, their desires, everything above those lines, then you can win friends. That's how you can improve your relationships, get more friends. This is like the biggest tip, biggest strategy in this book. I can't stress it enough. But basically, so how do you do this, right? Well, as I said, we all have this big ego. We love talking about ourselves. So you know what? Let people do that. Let them expand their ego by talking about their problems. Let them keep talking about their life, their goals, etc. Stop caring so much about what you have to say. And also stop interrupting people in conversations. What a conversation is these days is just two people not really engaging, not listening, but whatever you're thinking about is the next thing you're gonna say. So like this person talks, your friend talks to you about lunch or whatever, about what he ate for lunch, but you're already thinking the next thing you're gonna say is about some other video game or whatever. But you're not actually comprehending what your friend has to say. And this is what happens, and you lose focus, you can't pay attention to this person. So again, this all comes back to listening and actually genuinely being interested in other people. So the next time someone talks to you, if you actually don't want to be a loner, if you want to make friends, if you want to influence people, start applying this strategy. Start being genuinely, and by genuinely I mean it, like actually want to understand what's going on in people's lives. You want, and don't pretend to listen. Actually listen. Actually hear what they have to say. Don't be thinking about the next thing that's on your mind or what you had for breakfast, and that's usually the reality of it, right? That's usually what happens in our heads. We always think of the next thing we have to say, and we don't really pay attention to what people are saying to you. So don't interrupt people when they talk. Actually try to sympathize with them, sympathize with their problems, with their issues, what they have to say. That tip right there, if you really, really understand it, if you really apply it in your day-to-day, is going to give you so much results. And just try it yourself. I'm telling you, this is so big. That's why I'm emphasizing it. Our biggest, as Carnegie says in his book, as Dale Carnegie says in his book, our biggest kind of crave, right, in life, one of the biggest craves is our desire to feel important, our desire to be appreciated by people. And we get that sense of importance by a couple things. And he mentions a couple. But the biggest thing is just listening to someone, right? Actually comprehending what they have to say. That's a big way to get this feeling of importance. And when you're actually listening to someone, to everything they have to say, they get that feeling of importance. You're really paying attention. You really are interested and genuinely interested in their life and what they have going on. And so this is crazy, but I could be talking to like a parent or one of my friends or people that I haven't met before. And all I do is just listen, ask questions, get them intrigued. And they say, you're a good conversationalist or stuff like that. And I hear that a lot. And I'm not even talking, right? And this same thing happened to Dale Carnegie in the book. He mentioned you could be not even talking to someone, just literally paying attention with your body, with your eyes, like fully being engaged. It's a little more than just looking at their direction, looking at their eyes. Being fully engaged means you're using your whole body. You're just present, listening to the other person. That's one of the biggest gifts you can give someone, is being attentive to their words and not just looking and pretending you're listening, really taking everything in, processing it, and engaging them over and over, asking questions. Probably one of the biggest techniques to better your relationships, better your friends, increase your relationships. I'm telling you everything. Apply this and tell me how it goes. And I hope that helps. Peace, guys.